Is there blood? Who's killing who? Where did they get shot? I have to see. Things are really starting to get exciting. Yes, 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 yes!
What's up guys, I'm Noob Genesis and I am bringing you another modding tutorial, the same one as before. This is episode 5, I believe. Maybe 4, I don't really know. You'll know in the title, doesn't matter. But anyway, let's get straight into it. Let's open up this. Where were we at last? Because today we're going to create frame 4, which is easy enough. I really should just use that remember account name button. I mean, it's not going to kill me. Create character, so now we got that. You click next, it goes to that. You choose your class, you choose your thing. And this next button doesn't work yet, and that's next button 3. So, first things first is we should obviously make that do something. Next button 3, alright, so where's next button 2? We can basically copy this because it's going to be doing very similar stuff. That needs to go from 3 and 4. And then next button 3 hide, 3 and show next button 4 and back button 4. Alright, that actually needs to change this one. So I'm going to just do that for a sec. Because that's not going to be the next button, that's going to be the accept button. Actually, I don't even need to comment that, I can just get the OK button. Where are we at? Alrighty, here we go. Char create OK button. So we want to change that to that. Yep, so it's going to show the OK button, and that means we can accept things finally. We don't need that there anymore because we don't need to have the class hide thing. Whoops, oh yeah, that's right, it's not meant to have anything. So have we got back button 4? No. Because we do still need a back button 4. Even if we don't need a next button. So now this just does, yeah, what back 3 does, except in reverse. Wait, no, sorry, it does it the other way around. Next 3 in reverse. I think. Hang on, let me count this again. I gotta do this every time, don't I? So that's back 1. Alright, next 1, next 2, next 3. So next 3, does it actually work? No. Oh wait, I just did next 3. What the fuck is wrong with me? I have issues. Show. Hide. Show. Show. Hide and hide. Did I do that right? Hides the OK button, hides the back button 4, shows the next button 3. Yes, that's what I need to do. Alrighty, so for now, let's see how that goes. Whoops, reload UI. Did it crash? Nope. All good. Next. Boom, boom. Yeah, I didn't have the create back button yet. Whoopsie. Where's the back button? I can just copy the bottom one. And I apologize about the last episode being the same as the one before that, but that's what happens. I'm doing this step by step, and if the steps take me in repetitive places, then that's what it's going to do. Alright, so now when we do this, reload UI. Ta-da! Alright, so we need to get rid of... Wait, why didn't that hide frame 3? Next button, next 3. Hide frame 3. Why didn't it hide frame 3? Interesting. Goes to that. Alright, so we got frame 1, frame 2, frame 3. It is frame 3. But it's not. Oh, duh, that's why. No, because it's recreating it all. I'm an idiot. That is hiding frame 3. But we need to edit everything. So, and the accept button's not in the right place either, so we've got to move that too. But anyway, on to what we like to do the best. Delete things. Alrighty, so this is what we need to get to. What's this one? Oh, we're still in it. Still in it, still in it, still in it. Configuration frame 4. Alrighty, so what did this need? It just needs the preview and the name. Oh, I don't even need this whole fucking sidebar. Yeah, this whole section can just go. So frame, configuration frame 4. Does that actually, the whole thing go? Yeah, it does, because the edit box and all that doesn't need to be there. Either way, I'm just going to control cut it rather than delete it, just in case I fuck it up. Oh, what a moment, I can just delete it, and that way I can just control Z if I need to. No need to show frame 4, because there is no frame 4. Because we don't need that. Because all we need is like the name box and stuff to pop up. So now if we reload, character create configuration 4, I just got rid of that. Did I have it in a second spot? I did actually, that was the back button. Where's the next one? There it is. Alright, so now we do that, reload, and why is it doing that error still? Reload UI. Did I save it? Yeah, I did save it. Oh, I know where it is. The startup thing doesn't have it there either, so that's why I was giving the exact identical error at the same line. Alright, so next button. That next button seems a little far across now that I look at it. Interesting, I'm going to have to adjust them. Next, and accept. There we go. So that's all we want at the end. We just want the name, and you can look at it. And then I'm also going to add the show and hide buttons for the info. So on one side we'll have race and class. The reason I'm doing it side to side is because that way I can extend them longer rather than have them piled up underneath each other. But anyway, what we need to do first is, what do we need to do first? You know, I'm going to move the accept button, and then when I do that I can change the next buttons to the right places. So how far across is the back button? There's the accept button. That's at X4. Okay. So the back button's in a weird spot. Minus 768. What's 768? That's 512 plus the 256. Yeah, the other one's at 256, so that should be at the right spot. Why does it look so off? Not that one, but that. There's this definite, definitive gap in between. Hang on. Where's the calculator? 256 plus 512. Yeah, it's 768, so that is what it was meant to be. Alright, well I guess we'll just adjust the accept button to somewhere appropriate for it. Alright, so it's at minus 576. Whoa, what the fuck? Minus, oh, that's the y-axis. What is wrong with me? I'm not thinking for this episode. Minus, let's say 256 plus 128. We'll do that, 256 plus 128. Although it might have to be plus 64. Right, so 384. Let's see how that goes. 384. Reload UI. Too close. So yeah, it was supposed to be 64. Whoops. 256 plus 64. So 320. That should do it. Reload UI. That looks better. Alright, so I need to change all those to 320. 320. 320. I don't know why it's doing that. That's kind of weird. I thought it would be fine the other way around. Back buttons. Alright. Oh, yeah, the back buttons stay the same. Whoops. So now if I reload UI, they should all look neater. Still confused why it does that. Hang on, what is that? Stupid class. Go to Druid. That way. I wanted to see the background border things to see if it was overshadowing too much, like there was an extra button or something. Okay, so now we need to bring the name box. It needs to come back in. So what's the actual name box called? Like another thing, for example, that you could add to this in the end would be like a bio page or something. So if you had it somewhere here, you could have like, I don't know, something where you wrote your bio just there or something. I don't know, and then you could have it appear somewhere else in game if it was like a roleplay thing. Alright, so character create random, no, not random name, we want name edit. This needs to show for next 3, I believe. Oops. Show that, and then hide it for back 4. So now reload UI. There we go, now you can type in your name. And now we need to just add the show and hide button. So where to put that though? Probably going to put it there. Unless I made like 2 show hide buttons. Oh, sorry, 2 sets of show hide buttons. And then I could do like show class and show race. You know what, we'll do that, we'll do that. So where is the show and hide buttons? Because I've got to move them. I wanted them to be in a different spot so it's more organized. Show button. Cut that. Chuck that below all the back buttons. Frames, alrighty. Show button 1. You know what? No, I won't name it that. Show create class. No, we'll do race show button first. And race. Then we'll paste these again. Class and class. And before we go any further, and because I'm going to forget it, I'll go start up and edit these. Because we did add them here. So that's race, race, copy them, paste them, class and class. Don't think I added them anywhere else yet, because I knew I had to hide them, and that was about it. However, we do need the next button 3 to show them. Whoops. So now this one needs to be class. Oh shit, that's another thing I've got to change there. The actual function names. So this is race show, race hide, race, oh oops, class. And class hide. These buttons I need to change in here as well. Create hide and create show. I'm going to move these again to the bottom just so I know where I'm at. Alright, so that can be race show, race hide. Copy these and change them to class. Now these are fairly simple to edit because I've already done them. God damn it. Race, race. Oops, no, wrong way around. Hide race button, no. Race. Race and race. Then we just remove that, because we don't want the classes to be touched with this side of things. And then we just do the opposite for this one. Class, class, remove that, remove that, class, and class. So that should be that basically done, except I've got to move the buttons still. So if I reload, will it crash? Yes, it will. What have I done? Char create show button, line 109. Alrighty. What's at 109? Whoops, what am I doing? I'm in the wrong thing. 109. Alright, yeah, that doesn't even need to be there because that's already in startup. What am I doing? And reload. Alright, so the buttons don't show because they're actually hidden under that, I'm pretty sure. That or I fucked it up. One of the two. The second one is a pretty likely circumstance. I'm good at it. Where are we? Race hide. Next button 3. Oh, that's why. It's just saying hide for all of them. I did fuck up. show. Do I want that to show, or do I want the show button? Yeah, I do want that to show. I want the hide buttons to show because I'm going to actually show the race and class infos. Ooh, that's a thought, actually. That's a problematic thought. Because if we go like this, that's going to be there. And if I want to have... Oh, sorry, wrong one. That's there. I want it to be over here on the last page, but I don't want to duplicate this. I might have to duplicate it. I don't know how that one actually works, if it actually calls on other things, because I know where the glue strings and that come from for it, and you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but... Interesting. Character create class. I'm still on character create race. Unload. Alrighty, well, let's try this and see if I get shit for it. Copy that. Go like that. That needs to be 1. No, I'm better off just naming it to 2. Not that I'll remember either of them. This could go poorly. Wow, logo. Let's just move it over by, I don't know, minus 256 for now. Reload UI. Alright, so it didn't crash. That's always a good sign. Oh, whoops, I did the y-axis. Yeah, see, it's not pulling in the info. That's what I wanted it to do. And that's a bit of a problem. Because it needs the info. What if I do that? Reload UI. No, it's not pulling the info. Alright, so I'm not going to do it that way. That'll require a lot more research first. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. There we go. So back to how it was. Alright, so that plan's not going to work with the whole show hide button, so I'm just going to have to do the original show hide buttons. That's kind of annoying. But what you going to do? Undo all this shit. What did I do last? Nope, that needs to go, go, go. Yep, change them back. Get rid of them, change them back, get rid of them. Create name, edit. That's where we left off. Apparently not. 109. Oh, yep, I know what I did. I forgot to adjust all these again. Control Z, Control Z. Sometimes this happens, you got to do a back step for a while, and it's a shame, but it's what happens. So back to there. Reload UI. But again, we're going to have the same problem with the buttons are not in the right spot. So I've kind of fucked that up. How to solve this? How to solve this? The easy option would obviously be not to have them there at all. But that's just too easy, isn't it? That's no fun. Yeah. Not really sure how I want to do this. Let's look at the interface plan again. What was the thing? So I just needed the race info, the class info. Aha, I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it so instead of having show hide button, or I will have the show and hide button, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them swap between each thing. So I'm going to have the show hide button and I'm going to have another button that swaps between race and class. So what we need to do is first we need it to show. I just wanted to show the race thing. So we need the show hide button to be there. Where's next button? Next button. Character create show button. Oops. Actually, no, I'll do the hide button first because I want the race info to be there by default. Or do I? No, I do want the... I don't want it to be there by default. Next. Alright, so what's that? Create lure 420. Alright, I probably named it wrong. Create show button. Oh, it's char show button. Derp. The mistakes are piling up. Alright, so there it is. The show button's there. Now we're going to move it across because we don't want it there. Y can be, I don't know, 64. See how that goes. Perfect. Oh, sort of. Not really, but no, we moved across further. 32. Even though I'm thinking it's more, should be 16. Yep, needs to be further over. In fact, it could be a 0. Or a 6 or something. No, 0. There we go. Because it's in relation to that. I don't know why I thought I had to do anything different. To rename it or not to rename it. Show info, I'll probably rename it. Show, or not rename it, but oh, not if no. Info. What is an if no? Show info. So now when I click that, it's going to pop them both up there. But oh, it hit itself. That's right. Hide info. This needs to be a 0. I don't know, I've got it at -0. Same differences, but not punctually correct. Oh, whoops, and I fucked that up. I don't know why that C character, that... Whoops. Like I haven't been using that button. So next, 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 show info, hide info. Alrighty, so now what I want to do is I want to add another button here. And it's going to be a toggle between race and class. So we need a race and class button. Actually, we need 2 buttons. I'm going to move the show and hide button down again, just so I know where my work area is a little neater. You don't have to do that, but I prefer doing it that way. Alrighty. Race button. Class button. Class info. Race info. So now we need to change that so it's hidden on startup again, because you've got to keep doing that every time we add a new button. And hide that. Oops. I don't think there's anything called just race button and class button, so I don't think that'll clash. Either way, we'll find out by just doing this. 109, char create show button. Where did I fuck that up? What? That button does exist. Don't tell me I fucking changed them without even... I did! I changed them without even... I'm an idiot. I really am an idiot. I didn't even paste them first. Jeebus. I just cut and paste and then I forgot to actually edit it. Race. Class. Save that. That's not supposed to be a 00, but again, doesn't really matter. And we'll change that to race. And class. Alright, so show info, hide info, there, and the other buttons are hidden. Alright, so we're up to the right spot where we need to be. Now we need to make it so when I hit, I need to actually adjust the Y positioning of the race and class buttons. So let's just up that by, I don't know, how big are these? These are 135 wide, so put it up by 64. This is just temporarily putting it up by 64, and I'm doing it in the wrong spot. Oh god, minus buttons. Minus 576 plus, oops. Yeah, sorry, minus 576 plus 64. 512. I hope this works. I don't remember which direction I'm meant to put it in. Well, not 5,000. Bad, bad, bad 5,000. Race info. Class info. That shouldn't have broken anything. Nope. Show hide. All good. Now, we need to, yes, adjust the button. Show hide button. Where did I put it? I put it down the bottom, didn't I? Did I remove it? Oh, no, there they are. Gonna move them. Because they're not till the 4th page, so they shouldn't really be ahead of everything else anyway. Alrighty. So now I want to change this so the show button only shows the race. But they both hide them. Actually, let's just do this just for safekeeping. Yeah. Now if I do that, that should be showing for, yep, it just shows the one. Alrighty, no problem. Now we also needed to show the actual buttons, like the race and class button. We need to show the class button, that's right. Because it's the same situation as before. We don't want it showing the other button, because if it shows the other button, it is going to overlap. So again, reload UI. Bang, class info. I'm going to move that up to there eventually, but for now I'm just going to leave it as it is. Or I could lower it and then make this longer eventually, which is probably the wiser option. But it doesn't matter for now. Class info doesn't do anything. So now we need to add the class info button. Now, what did I name these? Alright, so that's our function there. This is the race one, but we want the race one first. Oh god, I'm losing my voice. Function, like that, and these buttons are going to be fairly straightforward as well. Oh god, my throat's actually starting to hurt. I think this might be the last episode for today. Alrighty, so we do want the play sound thing to go ahead. I actually don't even know what this play sound thing's doing, because I've got my sound turned off for WoW, as I do with a lot of games. Alright, so we don't want it to affect that, we want it to affect this. What does it hide and what does it show? Oops. Alrighty, so the class button shows the class. This one shows the race. That's very, very easy. Now we also need to make it so it shows the right buttons. Alrighty, so that's the name of the button there. Chuck that there and there. Hide that one. Show that one. And probably actually want to do proper syntax, or that'll just be stupid. So when you click on the race button, it hides the race button and shows the class button. Yep, that's what we wanted. Now we go. Actually, I'm going to change it this way. Because again, you should have your hides above your shows. What's this one? This was race. So now when I do this, it should. Ta-da! And then I can close it for both of them to go. Oops! The hide info button does, I mean the hide button doesn't actually get rid of the, what's it called? Oh, I don't even know what it's called. Wait, how did that work? Class button hide and race button hide, why not? Whoops, why am I doing that? What the fuck did I just type? Shy? Huh? English is my first language, I swear. Next, next, whoops. Got to enter a name for character, class info, race info. Yeah, there we go, that's what we wanted. Now we just got to adjust where the button sits. And I think I might just put it just above the hide info button, because I will extend that out later on. And after that, that's pretty much all the mechanical stuff done. Where is it? Race button. So it was at 76. Alright, 576 minus what, 16? Does it even need to be at 16? Actually, no, it should be more than 16. Minus another 16, so 32. 544. Or I should do it by the 35 plus. Alright, so 6 minus 35 plus 6. 547. The reason I did 6 is because it's like those buttons that we did earlier. The race and class buttons were separated by 6. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Now I can go class info in that, and then we can extend this down to there. So now when we go back to the start of all this, we go create character. I'm going to be a human. Then next, mage. Next, and I'll be male. Let's just go with some randomized crap. That'll do. Whatever. Hang on, I've got a soul. There we go. Next, Genesis. Just check out what I'm doing. Yep, I'm a human mage. Easy enough. Accept. Creating character, and we are done. So there we go. That's all the mechanical stuff done. The rest of it's all just going to be graphical changes and stuff like that. And I'm not sure how I'm going to present them because I don't know if I want to do photoshopping in this or if I